Now the progression of that same exercise that I was doing earlier, now you want to make sure that the hip is held, the pelvis is held in neutral, so that it's not dropping down off. Otherwise you'll put too much pressure on the innermost part of the cup, of the hip. You want to keep it in neutral. Now when you're doing it, you lean slightly forward and extend your knee fully back, lock your knee fully back, then take your opposite foot off the floor. Now your opposite foot can be a little bit forward, it can be a little bit back, and you can move it in between both. You can hold it in one, you can hold it in the other. That will recreate a little bit of the walking pattern from this point through to this point. You want to have really good control, because if you don't have really good control, then as you step past, your hip is going to feel like it's just going to do that. Now, you can simply just hold it in that position, and you can hold it for 20 seconds. Now to make it harder, actually add a little bit of motion into that. So swing the opposite leg with a slight bend in the knee. Make it harder again, swing the arms. Okay, so now all the pressure is going through here, and you can feel it right down the leg. Now when you're doing it, make sure that you're not kind of rotating, doing anything like this, because you'll put too much pressure on the labrum in the hip if you're rotating on it, and if you've got any articular cartilage damage, then you're going to be scratching at that as well, which you really don't want. If you start to get really good at that, so I've been doing that over the past few days, so I'm now at the point where I'm starting to not just go from doing this, but actually go from doing a little bit of a slight dip, like that. Okay, so the pelvis is still kept in neutral when you're going up and down, but you're adding now in quadriceps and more glute work when you're doing it. So you're going up and down like that. Okay, all works balance and works all of the muscles around the hip at the same time, and it's recreating walking. Recreating walking is very important, because the next step up from that is jogging and running. So if you have poor technique when you're walking, then you're going to have very poor technique when you're running, and you're going to make your hip sore.